Please, God. Amen. This summer we have taken the opportunity to hear from congregants, and this year we've asked them to share a piece of their journey, Jewish journeys with us, and specifically how that Jewish journey has impacted their lives professionally, personally, and how BAW has intersected those aspects of one's personhood. Tonight, as we honor BAW women, we thought it would be appropriate to have someone from BAW women speak. And we're delighted that one of our past presidents of BAW women and currently on the board has agreed to speak with us. Airola-Murveit, Leslie's been a member for like a quarter century now, and she's going to tell us more about herself, but I always like to Google people and find out what I can find out about them. So I'm just going to tell you one piece of trivia here. So Leslie, this is kind of cool. So this woman here, 2008, which is not that many years ago, in her age bracket, she was ranked number 9, according to the International Tennis Foundation, in the world. Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. So please join me in welcoming Leslie.
Okay. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's a true privilege to be here tonight to share some reflections as we welcome Shabbat, a time for rest, reflection, and connection with our community. I want to begin by thanking BAW Women for inviting me to speak. On Wednesday evening, BAW Women held its annual celebration in the garden, a wonderful event honoring its dedicated volunteers and raising vital funds for BAW, Bay Area Women's Sports Initiative, celebrating its 20th anniversary. BAW truly embodies the spirit of Tikkun Olam, repairing the world by mobilizing the women's sports community to engage, inspire, and empower girls from under-resourced communities and children with disabilities. I'm going to share with you how sports teaches mental fitness, physical fitness, and builds community. These are 3 of the most important skills in life. I also invite you to consider if you have a sports role model and what you admire about that person. I've had the immense privilege of competing in sports from a young age, and I know firsthand the tremendous benefit it offers. For years, I've felt a deep desire to pay it forward to a new generation. My hope is that all girls could have the opportunities I've had, not only to learn how to compete in sports, but to exhibit sportsmanship, become confident on and off the field, physically fit, mentally strong, socially skilled, and to gain leadership skills transferable to all aspects of their lives. As Melinda Gates powerfully states in her book, Moment of Lift, when you lift up women, you lift up humanity. Every woman should be able to use her voice and reach her potential, and men and women should work together to take down the barriers and end the biases that hold women back. When I was young, I wanted nothing more than to play on a Little League baseball team with my 3 brothers, but because girls were excluded, my only option was to be the bat girl. Instead, I chose to swim competitively, and at age 11, discovered tennis. This tennis journey has given me so much: confidence in myself, fitness, the constant challenge of improving my skills, the joy of teaching, lifelong friendships, my first attorney job, opportunities to travel and represent my country, and a supportive community of women. My tennis even helped my career. While job searching for my first attorney position at a local law firm, I was fortunate to be interviewed and hired by a fellow UC Berkeley grad. Days after starting my job, he told me he hired me because my resume included the fact that I was the #1 singles player on the women's tennis team. He concluded that anyone who could compete alone on the tennis court and be successful in matches against both her own teammates and players from other universities would stay calm and focused under pressure while litigating in the courtroom. My Catholic childhood religious experience often felt isolating, lacking the strong social networks I craved. It was my sports life that provided something truly essential that was missing. I found a social home in my sports community, first at our local recreation center, then on high school and college teams, coaching tennis in Europe, and later playing in USTA leagues and national age group tournaments for the past 30 years. These experiences fostered healthy habits that I still cherish today, staying physically fit, eating healthily, and enjoying a full social life with active friends. You might be wondering, when did Judaism enter my life and fit into my sports journey? I met my husband, Airola-Murveit, after taking the California bar exam in 1982. Our backgrounds couldn't have been more different. He's a first-generation American, the son of Holocaust survivors who immigrated from Poland, and he attended yeshivas in New York. On the other hand, I'm a fifth-generation Californian who grew up Catholic, attending primarily public schools in Tiburon. I made Jewish friends for the first time in college and was intrigued by their faith, but didn't learn much about it until Hai and I began dating, married, and discussed raising our future children in the Jewish tradition. We were married by a rabbi and a judge, a family friend, and we just celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary in June, a beautiful milestone. When our older daughter, Shelley, was old enough to attend Hebrew school, we joined BAW, and truly the rest is history. Rabbi Josh welcomed our family into the Shabbat program, which we attended for several years. Shelley and Anna thrived in the Jewish learning community, formed new friendships, and we immediately connected with other parents. We enjoyed rich social and spiritual opportunities, spending several weekends at Camp Swig. Over the years, Shelley and Anna cultivated and strengthened their Jewish identity. Today, Shelley and her husband Andrew and their daughters Ariella and Violet are active BAW members, and Anna and her wife Sarah participate in Jewish life in Tucson. As I continued learning about Judaism through family learning and adult Shabbaton sessions, I felt a deep calling to the Jewish faith. I love attending services, observing Jewish traditions and holidays, and being a member of a community that truly focuses on social justice and helping others in need. For a while, I'd felt like an outsider within our own family unit, and I decided to speak with Rabbi Martyr about conversion. In 2005, with her guidance and teaching, I converted to Judaism and later became a bat mitzvah in a class taught by Rabbi Sarah. That decision has made our family whole. We could all share a common faith and practices. Who would have thought a Catholic girl's future would include becoming a Jew? And now you might ask, where did my tennis and Jewish lives intersect? Shortly after converting to Judaism, I had the incredible opportunity to represent the USA on tennis teams in the Maccabi Games, played in Israel, and 2 years later in the Pan Am Games, played in Argentina. These were my first trips to both countries. Each experience offered an amazing combination of athletic competition, profound cultural and spiritual experiences, and opportunities to connect with Jews from all over the world. I competed in singles and mixed doubles, winning 4 gold medals, one with fellow BAW member John Wachtel. We took the opportunity to visit relatives in Jerusalem, explore its highlights, and soak in the vibrant Israeli culture, food, and language. In Buenos Aires, I felt the strong Jewish culture present in several Jewish community centers, which serve as vital hubs for social, athletic, artistic, and academic endeavors for children and adults. These experiences deepened my connection to both my sport and my Jewish identity. Over the years, I've had the privilege of volunteering and joining many nonprofit boards, some tennis-oriented and some Jewish-oriented. but all with the common theme of building strong communities and lifting up the disadvantaged. I served on the BAW Women's Board for 6 years, including a term as its co-president. BAW women and the community at large constantly remind and encourage me to act and perform the mitzvot of Gemilut Chasadim, working towards Tikkun Olam, and not forgetting to welcome the stranger. I've participated in several volunteer opportunities that arose at BAW, including tutoring a preschool child through 10 books at home, serving breakfast to the homeless at Hope's Corner, and driving refugees to doctor appointments, and collecting furniture and household goods to furnish their apartments through the Silicon Valley Jewish Family Services Refugee Settlement Program. My beloved social network truly rose to the occasion recently. My tennis and Jewish communities rallied when I needed help and encouragement after double knee replacement surgery last year. The recovery was brutal, but who was there to lift me up when I needed it most? Besides my family, it was BAW women and tennis friends who prepared meals, brought gifts, and visited me. It raised my spirits and gave me the fortitude to continue to perform my daily physical therapy exercises, no matter the pain. 5 months later, I achieved my goal of representing the U.S. in an international tennis competition in both Luxembourg and Belgium, where I competed in doubles and mixed doubles matches. I could not have reached this milestone without the support of my family and my BAW and tennis friends. I'm grateful for the connections I've made through these two amazing groups of women, and to know that we are there for each other whenever needed. Billie Jean King was a trailblazer who fought relentlessly for women's rights and equal pay. Although she was ranked #1 in the world and won 39 Grand Slam titles, her tennis passion and success off the court surpassed her accolades on the court. She advocated for gender equality and social justice, and successfully led her cohort of professional women players to gain equal prize money in tournaments. One of my favorite of her quotes is, "Face your fears, live your passions, be dedicated to your truth." I had the honor of meeting Billie Jean several years ago, and I thanked her for her dedication to women's rights, both on and off the court. She was 78 years old then and quickly replied, "And I'm not done yet." While serving as president of the National Women's Tennis Organization, a nonprofit whose mission is to promote women's tennis and ensure lifetime opportunities to compete locally, nationally, and internationally, I had the privilege of devising an annual grants program offered to existing tennis and tutoring programs focused on underserved girls. The aim was to get more girls playing the game, improving their academics, learning leadership skills, gaining confidence, and leading healthier lives. This newfound confidence helps girls to step out of their comfort zone and tackle new, challenging endeavors. Since 2019, generous members have raised more than $25,000 to grant 10 worthy organizations $2,500 each to carry out their missions. I believe we've made a positive impact on the lives of many girls. Over the years, I've learned valuable leadership skills through my tennis experiences, and my passion for the game gave me the grit and determination to succeed in whatever I undertook. I believe that all girls can gain these skills at a young age through participating in sports, and can apply them throughout their lives to be stronger and more confident young women. We all have the power to make a difference by volunteering and donating to nonprofit entities that lift up girls so that they will become women who lead in their communities and in turn pay it forward. Women's sports organizations are a wonderful and impactful way to begin allocating your volunteer time and philanthropic dollars. May we all continue to strive for a world where every individual, especially every young girl, has the opportunity to reach her fullest potential on and off the field, inspired by the spirit of Tikkun Olam and the strength of our communities. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. So I just don't want to, I don't want to pass this by. 4 gold medals. Leslie, you talked about how important it is to lift up girls and women. We live in a world, sadly, where there is still a glass ceiling. We're delighted that here at BAW we have done much to destroy that ceiling. We've had a former senior rabbi, a woman, we have a rabbi as a woman. A number of women have been our rabbis. Our cantors are a woman. Many of our presidents have been women. We are grateful to the women in this congregation and specifically to BAW women for all they do to make our world a better place in which to live. So for those of us who aren't women, to you who are, we say thank you. We continue now in